What is going on, everybody? John Anthony, Chairshot Sports, a Sport Coin affiliate, as always, powered by Zoa Energy. Thank you so much for joining us, man. Backlash, man. Backlash was a banging PLE, man. I enjoyed it. It was fire. I think it was good. It was short but sweet. Some great surprises. We'll talk about that in a little bit. A lot of good stuff for match predictions. A lot of you here were in a lot of the shows for predictions, so we'll go over that in a little bit. Let me talk. Let me walk through the dice if I can here. Jessie B, Princess Skywalker, as always. I'm her co-host every Wednesday on the Lowdown for everything AEW. Thank you so much for joining up. How you doing?
Of course, good. How are you gentlemen doing tonight?
Doing good.
Good. Jessie's gonna represent. Last time we were on a show, it was me versus like three of them. Now she's like gotta defend her shit with like, I got this. Awesome. And newcomer to Chairshot Sports, obviously was here last week for some predictions for Backlash. The EVP, CJP. How we doing, man? Thank you so much for joining me. How we doing?
Doing good, man. I'm glad to be back. Man, I'm really shocked that PLE was fantastic. A little short, but man, like all the matches were just top notch for me. I'm blown away. I'm really blown away.
Now, sometimes it's one of those cards where you look at it and someone says it's a glorified house show, and then you watch and you're like, damn, they deliver. Like this was definitely a good PLE for me. Obviously, no stranger to the show in the least. Everything Baltimore for the we bleed purple with Coach Wilcox, and everything foul ball for Baltimore Orioles. My boy Matt Trigger. Matt, how's it going?
What's going on, John, Jesse, CJ? What's going on, Mike? Good to see you, man. Excited to talk some WWE. It was a really good pay-per-view. I enjoyed the show top to bottom, and there wasn't really any weak match, so to speak. I think everything pretty much delivered for being 5 matches.
Yeah, from start to finish, that's the one thing, man. I think it started good and it kept it going. That was the cool thing about it. And last but certainly not least, my boy from Kicking Out at 2, Mike, a late addition to the dais. I appreciate it, Mike. Thanks so much for joining us. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me here. Definitely a good pay-per-view. More high and tight than John Cena's haircut. I like him like that.
Take those digs now. Take them now when you can, man. Take them. Lady Alpha, how's it going? Thanks so much for joining in. Appreciate you. Thank you for stopping in. As always, our encyclopedia of wrestling on all the shows from me, whether it's Big Mike and Spedrock, CMP. Thanks so much for stopping in. Appreciate it. But yeah, guys, Backlash was awesome. It started out great. It ended great. Let's just get right into it. The Fatal 4-Way for the United States Championship kicked us off. Fatu, Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, and Damian Priest. What a match. These guys showed out some great sequences between all of them. The Sunset Flip, the BFT, South of Heaven, Claymore, obviously like Drew McIntyre and Priest out in the crowd. Priest putting McIntyre through the table with South of Heaven, putting those two out of this. And of course, the biggest part of this match, Jeff Cobb makes his debut. We talked about it. I know me and CJ talked about it in our prediction show that we had. That a lot of people thought about it. It was going to happen, but it did. Cobb is now here in WWE on the SmackDown roster with Solo. Jacob was not having any part of it. Was like, what is? I mean, I'll take the win, but what is this? Solo obviously doing some recruiting without talking to Fatu about it. So at the end of the day, Fatu retains. I think we all assumed that Jacob Fatu was going to walk out of here with the United States Championship. Maybe not in this way with Cobb getting involved. So I'm going around the room. What are your thoughts as far as Fatu winning, but more so moving forward? What's going to happen as far as Solo and Cobb as it relates to Fatu? Mike, from Kicking Out at 2, I'm going to start with you.
First of all, Big E special, big meaty men slapping meat. It's always fun. Priest did a hurricanrana. I just want to throw that out there. I did not expect that out of that big man. I mean, obviously, there's going to be some fireworks from this. Jeff Cobb is a big dude. I mean, he's very like akin to the Jacob Fatu type of character. Of he's just a badass that's going to go in there and rip people apart. It's interesting now that we're going. Even the Tongans were a little out of the bloodline, but now we're going completely out of the bloodline to bring in some help. And I'm sure Jacob's going to have a lot to say about that. I can't wait to see, first of all, him and Solo go at it, but we're probably going to see him and Cobb at some point, and that's going to be a banger.
No, I agree. That's going to be a lot of explaining to do as far as Solo. I think Friday is going to be an amazing show to watch. As far as promo wise, that's going to be awesome stuff to see. Jesse B, what are some of your thoughts?
Well, from everything that I hear about that match is that Drew McIntyre got hurt. And I thought so when I was watching that match too. When he went through the table at the South of Heaven, he missed the table and hit his head on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that right when it happened because the first thing he did was go like this. And he immediately reached up for the back of his head. That was the first thing that Drew did when he hit the floor, was reach for the back of his head. And I just read something on Twitter. I scrolled past it that said that medical team is looking at Drew because he did hit the floor. So prayers out to Drew McIntyre. Hopefully it's nothing serious and it's, nothing crazy. But he did seem to hit the floor pretty hard there. But it's kind of went the way we all thought it went, with Jacob Fatu winning and pinning LA Knight, because we thought LA Knight was going to be the one to eat the pin in this situation. So when I saw that Priest and McIntyre kind of went off on their own, I was like, okay, this really is how it's going to end. I didn't expect Jeff Cobb to come into the mix, but it was a good match, and if Jacob Fatu retained as he should.
No, absolutely. As soon as those two went over the barricade, I said the same thing. I was like, "Oh, I know we talked about Knight taking it," and then once Cobb jumped over, I went, "Well, there we go. This is what this is going to do. Here we go." CJ, how did you see everything going down as far as what we talked about and how the ending worked out for you?
For me, going to the PLE, we talked about in predictions, I felt like 100% this was probably going to be the best match. Obviously they were all great, so I was proven wrong. I mean, they all did such great moves. Piggybacking off Jesse, Drew is being evaluated for concussion. So obviously prayers out to him. He really did. He's legitimately hurt. So she's definitely correct on that. I'm not gonna toot my horn, but I tweeted out about 10 minutes before the match about Jeff Cobb. I put a little GIF out there. I knew he was going to be showing up. I didn't know exactly the angle they were going to go with it. I had a feeling it was bloodline related, obviously. For me, him joining Solo is going to be a huge problem because I'm sure a lot of people know, Jacob and Jeff Cobb, they have history already.
A lot of it.
Yeah. So it's going like we talked about, the payoff with Jacob and Solo. We're gonna have to get that, maybe U.S. title, maybe Saturday night main event. I don't know, but obviously we're gonna see Fatu and Cobb. I think this is ultimately the start of Jacob going to the other half of that bloodline with Jey Uso and Sami Zayn and Jimmy and Roman Reigns. And I think that Solo is slowly starting to accumulate, because when Hikuleo and Lance and whoever the other guy's name is, when they come in, it's going to be two bloodlines again. So I love where they're going with it. Great match. Predictable winner, honestly, because everybody in the panels picked Jacob. So, but I love the match. It was great.
No, match was definitely good, and definitely seeing what's going to come of those two, and then going to Jacob is definitely going to do maybe Saturday main event. They have one match right now. It's Logan and Jay right now for the world title. I feel like if you're doing a quick turnaround, maybe doing something with Solo and Jacob, that might make sense because it's a quick turnaround, flipping it around for the Battleground weekend. That might make sense. But definitely something's going to come of that sooner than later, I feel like. So I agree with that. Matt, what are your thoughts on the match? What happened?
It was a great opening match. It set the tone for the night, honestly. I agree with CJ. It was probably the best match of the night. All four great workers. We all kind of talked about on the prediction show, and even Jesse alluded to it with your guys' prediction show. LA Knight was gonna eat that pin, and it was gonna be. There's no other choice but Fatu. I agree with this comment right here. I was reading it before you got to me. At all places, I didn't see Jeff Cobb inserting himself or getting inserted into the bloodline, because it seemed like this storyline with the bloodline was kind of winding down, at least before the pay-per-view or the PLE came around. This kind of gives Fatu a clean break. If they needed an enforcer type, Cobb is that guy. So it makes sense in that situation. But with three other bloodline members coming, I'm curious to see how they're gonna make that shake up, because essentially they've separated Jimmy and Jay and Sammy already from the storyline. Roman's on hiatus again.
Yep.
And Jay's the world heavyweight champion. Fatu is the United States champion. So that's for another timeline. But it was a great match. There's a lot of hard hitting. What Michael said, Damian Priest hitting a Hurricane. These guys were showing their athletic ability. Drew took a real scary bump. I saw it in real time, and hopefully he's okay. But that's something that could shelf him for quite some time if luck may have bad luck might be on his side. But other than that, it was a great match. The right person won, and his athleticism is off the charts. Fatu's a different animal.
Yeah, all four of them are amazing, and like we've said before, Matt, you and me have talked about it. Like Fatu is crazy. He's a freak of nature, man. He's not supposed to do the things he does in that ring. Whether it's outside the ring, inside the ring, out the top rope, he's not supposed to be doing all these things. So, great. The right guy won. Awesome to see it. Obviously, Cobb is here now, so obviously building another layer to the bloodline of things that are going to come over on the SmackDown brand. So I'm excited to see all that. And again, prayers to Drew, man, because that was a scary bump, man. Like that was, that's one of those ones. I think all of us will look to win. Ooh, yeah.
And there was another thing. Like I think it was like after the match that I picked up on. Bronson Reed, he put out a tweet about Cobb. So like I would say like look for maybe when Bronson comes back, like he's gonna be thrown into that mix too, because like he does have some sort of heritage with the blood, with the bloodline people. So look for Bronson to be involved in this story too at some point.
Yeah, the thing with that is that would have to come down to the draft too, because Bronson is on Raw, so Bronson Reed would have to get drafted over to SmackDown or kind of like push his way over to the Blue brand. But right now he's over with Adam Pearce. So he is on Raw, but the draft is imminent. We've heard about it. It could be coming. It could be days, weeks. We'll see what happens. But right now, Bronson's over on Raw. But to see him and Cobb, those two guys tussle up, take my money, man. I'm here for it. It's awesome. We're going to the ladies. Lyra Valkyria, Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Woo! Great match. Great match. I had nefarious things going on. I had somebody interfering, things like that. These two put on such a great match. A masterclass. Becky doing what she does. Lyra showing what she can do against a top-tier main eventer. Charlotte Flair, take notes. But no, a great, great match between the two of these folks. And obviously, Lyra gets the pin here with a roll-up. 1, 2, 3. She retains with clean, very clean. Not how I thought this would go down, but she got it. It was clean. It was great. I think I was one of the few people in all my prediction shows to pick Lyra. So I'll take that lap next week. But
I picked Lyra.
Jesse. Okay, me and Jesse picked Lyra against everyone else apparently in the world. Okay,
at least it's your co-host.
Very fair point.
But no. I know Lyra was definitely in the minority of this, and it would have made a lot of sense for Becky to win if there was some nefarious content and somebody interfering. But Lyra does win. She retains. Great match between both of these young ladies. Yeah, obviously I'm happy. I'm happy with the outcome. I'll start with not Jess. I'll start with Mike from Geeking on It too. What are your thoughts on as far as Lyra winning the match and going forward?
I was massively surprised by her winning it. I was one of the ones in the majority. I expected Becky to get it, and then we get Becky and Bayley doing my own fantasy booking like us fans do. But I'm not going to say Charlotte take notes. However, I'm going to say look at where we are between the two different types of matches that you can have like this, of a seasoned vet versus a rookie, and how it can turn out. This made Lyra look like $1 million. And Becky fought the entire way too. So great overall. I will say, I just a small thing. The entrance with the wings, the entire walk with the wings, looks kind of silly. That's just me. But the match was really good though.
Not a bad take. I can agree with that. I guess to go to Jesse here so she can take her victory walk. Okay, go ahead, Jesse. Go ahead.
No, it was a really, really good match, and I'm glad that Becky gave Lyra the rub. And that was the one thing that I said in the prediction show, was that I did think that Becky was going to give Lyra the rub here, and I don't think she's coming back to take over and to be in that number one spot. I think she's coming back to elevate and to help the younger talent. So it was nice to see Lyra over. It was an interesting win. I'm kind of tired of seeing roll-up wins in matches in both companies. The roll-up has been overdone in the last month or two. So that's kind of obnoxious. I wish it was a different choice for the finish. But other than that, I think it was good. But I also agree that she needs to lose the wings in the bird thing, because it's kind of goofy.
I definitely think it's going to be a maturation of her kind of growing out of it. We've seen a lot of this, and all of us on this panel have watched enough wrestling where you see a gimmick, they lose this, they drop this, and it becomes something totally different. So it's getting to that. She'll grow out of it, and it's literally watching the caterpillar become the butterfly in front of our eyes with Becky Lynch, and now getting this win and getting some grit, getting that dirt under her nails, and getting just a great win like she did tonight. I think moving forward now, she has that confidence under her to like I think the next 2 or 3 feuds with her are going to be, I would like to think, would be awesome. I hope Paul books it the right way, because now you take on Becky and you get that win. I'm pretty sure Becky's going to want a rematch at some point, but whoever else she takes on, I hope it's a big name, takes them down, and it kind of puts another feather in her cap. No pun intended with her being, obviously. So, but I would like to see that as well. Matt, what are your thoughts on the match?
I liked it. It was a really good match. I think I picked Becky in the predictions just because I wasn't sure if she was going to be. I wasn't sure if she was going to be on the kind of time that Charlotte was on, or if she was going to be like on the kind of time Bayley's on. The only problem I saw with the match from a technical standpoint is you made Becky's finisher look really weak by having Lyra kick out of it 3 times.
3 of them.
Like I'm cool with the false finishes, but I mean, I could have believed 1, 2's stretching it, but 3 was just kind of like, come on now.
3 man slams.
I mean, 3 nasty, finishes from Becky, and you still didn't get it done. And it's kind of like you went on the roll. Like Jesse said, it's getting a little bit overplayed. There's a lot of roll-up victories. Like, you wanted to make Lyra look strong by kicking out of that, but that's how you have her win. I mean, Lyra didn't even hit her finisher once, unless I missed it.
She blocked it.
Right. So yeah. Becky didn't even take a finisher, and she lost.
Yep.
Just in the grand scheme of things, that's my only complaint. But that was a hell of a match. Lyra's going to be a force to be reckoned with in this women's division, and I wasn't really expecting that, honestly. I thought she was going to kind of be mid-card, especially with Roxanne and Julia coming up, and eventually, having Steph come up, and Jordan Grace and Lola Vice and Jay. Like, there's so many women down in NXT And the women they got on the roster now, she's gonna be a player. Like this tonight convinced me. They made me a believer in Lyra tonight.
This is what I was telling you guys when we talked about this in the show. Like, if you watch NXT, man, I saw what Lyra could do when she was down there being NXT champion. She has what it takes. She was not getting her reps up on Raw, man. But it's good to see what she's doing now. Good to see her getting this win. I'm excited for her. Her character is going to be head and shoulders above a lot of other folks. But when obviously, like Matt said, a lot of NXT women are chomping at the bit. Cannot wait to come up to this roster. The next draft is going to be awesome to see. CJ, what are your thoughts on the match and Lyra walking out champion?
I mean, obviously, I catch a lot of flack on Mondays, on Fridays, on Thursdays because I am a Charlotte Flair fan. I stand on it. I'm shocked. That was the only match I lost. I'm not a big Becky fan. I thought that, everybody says that, well, I mean, she took Bayley's spot at WrestleMania just so she could win the tag belts for one day, which is, for me, kind of selfish, in my opinion. But for me, like I said in the prediction, that was my only loss. I did pick Becky to win. I thought that this was going to be maybe a trilogy like Triple H likes to do. Like Matt said, like the 3 manhandle slams, kicking out, like that made, that just didn't, I didn't like that. It was a great match though, but for me, like, I thought the elevation of Lyra would maybe come maybe in the second or third match of their trilogy. I thought Becky would eventually put Lyra over, but she finally did the right thing and put Lyra over because Lyra already beat her in NXT once. So, yeah, I mean, Lyra's great, and I think it's going to elevate her character even more. Like, Triple H is very huge on Lyra, so I don't know if they're done. They may have one more match, but I don't think I don't know. It's tough to say because I really feel like Becky wants that Grand Slam. Like, she even made mention of it. So I don't know, but I think Lyra is, for the first time since they come up with the IC title for the women's, it is finally where it needs to be because the booking has been so bad for Lyra with that title. With this win, now it can be elevated, and hopefully Triple H can continue escalating it. But yeah, I was shocked. I did not think Becky. I'm not gonna say what I really think, but Becky will give her the rub.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, I was in minority as far as with her winning, and I was like, the way Becky walked out, I feel like if we're gonna get a trilogy or maybe even another rematch, I feel like Becky might reach out, get some help. I don't know who that could be, but I don't think they're done here. I think this is the last stop. I don't know if we're doing the trilogy, but again, you bring up NXT, now we bring up this match. So I don't know if we're done yet, but if there's one more, maybe there's someone in the corner, something like that. But it'll be interesting to see all of that. So, but again, I just, that's what I was telling you guys. I thought with Lyra winning, it puts, that's when I made that call, it puts her over because Becky comes out Monday screaming mad, hot as hell, getting the booze, just what she wants. That's exactly what she wants. Is it back to the IC title? Maybe. Is she maybe putting her look at maybe EO? I don't know. But Becky is totally fine taking booze, being that underdog and just taking that heat and giving the rub over to Lyra. So I appreciate that. That was good to see. So I'm excited to see where we go from there with those two. But I think Siege's onto something. I don't think it's a one and done. We could see at least another one, if not a three-peat, because everyone knows Paul loves a three-peat. Back to the men, Dom Mysterio and Penta. The Intercontinental Championship. What a hell of a match. Obviously Judgment Day is involved a little bit. Here comes Finn Balor. He's like, let me grab that chair. Hold on. Let me grab that chair. Give me a second. Grabs it. Nah, too long. The ref's like, nah, man, what are you doing? Get out of here. Sends him out. Just like I talked about a while back when we talked about Finn is going to do some things where you're like, wait, why did you take so long? JD and Carlito are literally like, dude, what are you doing?
Like, what are you doing?
Oh,
Why
well,
did that
I
take
was
so
grabbing the
long?
chair. What are you talking about, man? It was I'm sorry. Like, what do you want me to do? But no, take those guys away. Take it, strip it all away. Take it down to the match. Dom Mysterio, hell of a wrestler, has grown so much in the past year, maybe dare I say year and a half, to get this belt. Has done such good things. Penta and him put on a masterclass, man. Penta did amazing things. Dom also matched him. Great to see. Dare I say 2 luchas, because obviously Dom doesn't wear a mask, but great match. Dom gets the 1, 2, 3, retains his belt, walking away. Obviously, Liv Morgan, all those folks are not around because Liv's filming her movie. But I'm not upset at the match at all. It was great. I love to see Dom win. I knew he was going to walk out of there with it. Penta, unfortunately, has to take that L, but both guys looked amazing doing it. Matt, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts on the match?
Really good match. It was one of those matches where I was hoping there wasn't going to be any wonky interference. El Grande Americano with the headbutt with the steel plate again. I'm hoping there's a payoff to all this. Dom's is so good, man. This was a match they've really kind of booked themselves into a corner because Penta's ate a couple of substantial L's since he's been in WWE. They had him strong for about a month, and then he's been taking some losses.
Agreed. Yep.
I think right now the best thing they need to do is get this draft here in a hurry so they can get Penta back with Ray because it's needed on Penta's side. I'm not saying he's fallen off or anything. He's still a fantastic wrestler. But you got to kind of get him away from this Intercontinental Championship picture because he's not destined for a singles title. And neither is Ray Phoenix. They're going to be tag champions before the year's over.
Agreed. Yep.
Somewhere on Raw or SmackDown, and you know they're too good of a tag team to be sitting on separate brands on the sideline. That's just my opinion. But Dom is proving to be a hell of a wrestler, and his in-ring work is almost as good as his mic work now, which is incredible because the dude gets natural heat and it's insane. I'm kind of wondering where they're going to go with this Judgment Day thing because it was odd that right after that match they advertised Jay and Finn on Monday Night Raw.
Yep.
Now on a random Monday night you're going to get arguably 2 of the better in-ring guys, you know, in a singles match, but that's a
dream match. That's a dream
pay-per-view level match. I mean, the last time we got that was when the Fiend was sick, and it was supposed to be Demon Balor versus the Fiend, and I think he was sick or there was like a travel issue or something, and AJ ended up stepping in, and they had that match a half dozen years ago. But I'm just kind of curious to see where that goes. But Dom can carry that mid-card title, and he's gonna elevate that championship. Between him, Gunther, and Braun Breaker, the Intercontinental Championship is back to being a prestigious title again, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think what you saw when you got the reaction when Dom won that belt and he came back down to the ring, he was supposed to run in the back, and Paul was like, "No, go back out there. Go out there, man. Enjoy this shit. Soak it in, man." Like he's a heel, but everyone loves him. And that puts him in the category of a lot of other great wrestling talent. When you can be that, when you're like, everyone hates me, but they love me. Like Dom, and he's already been like, "Yo, I'm the greatest, man. I've had this belt for 5 minutes, man. I'm already the greatest of all time." Get out of here with that. So I'm excited to see it, man. Dom has come so far, man. So far. And for those of you that don't know, like believe me or know what I'm talking about, go back and watch. Go chronologically watch what he did when like. He gave the low blow to Edge. We go the whole 9 with the Judgment Day. Like, come to what we are now. This man has become a man in front of our eyes, and he's an amazing champion right now. And Paul and Triple H made the best call to put that belt on him. Jesse B, what are your thoughts?
No, it was a really good match. It is interesting to see Penta taking all these L's, but as I think most of us called on the prediction shows that they weren't going to take the belt off Dom. He's way too hot right now. And it's crazy how he went from being one of the most booed superstars out there that you could barely hear what he has to say because the boos were so fucking loud, to now they're chanting his name during his matches in a positive light. It's just insane how that switch flipped like that, and he went from everybody hating him to everybody loving him instantly.
It's wild. I'm telling you.
That's
literally why Paul was like, go back out there. Go out there. Enjoy this shit, man. Damn. They're literally cheering for you, man. Go out there. He was in the little scrum, a little like doing the thing after WrestleMania when he won the belt, and they were doing the whole Dom Mysterio. They were doing the dirty Dom. Mm-hmm. They loved it, man. It was awesome. Yeah, TJ, your thoughts on the your thoughts on the IC title match?
I'm going to go back to what John Cena said on the Pat McAfee show when he was talking about the future of WWE. One of the names that he mentioned was Dirty Dom.
Yeah.
And so for me, that speaks a lot of volumes. And piggybacking off Jesse, like that guy had the most heel heat of anyone. Like he couldn't talk. But that Liv Dom IWC love that's going on everywhere, like it's that group is just unreal. But to see him get cheered, like he did at WrestleMania and obviously tonight, Triple H has to notice that obviously. Obviously he was up against another face, but I mean they got to run with it. Like he has to stay in the same character. Like he can't. I mean I know he's still going to get help. It's kind of like the Roman Reigns a little bit. Obviously he's not Roman, but like how Roman would still kind of get cheered even though he was a heel. Yep. Like Cena gets cheered, he's a heel. I think they keep that same character going. That I love the match. They're slow cooking this Dom Finn feud. I'm talking about like they got the burner on like the lowest temperature you can put it on.
We're cooking long term, baby.
Yeah.
I'm hoping SummerSlam. I'm telling you. I'm sitting here. Yeah. Please, give me some demon, baby.
I think that's where I would think that's where they're going with it. And I also like how El Grande got involved because obviously it enhances the storyline between him and Penta and the rest of the luchadors and all that. So we're eventually going to get a payoff with that. I think eventually, like maybe when they do like that, I can't remember the name of the PLE, but
Worlds Collide.
Yep. I think that's maybe where El Grande has to put his mask on the line, and everybody sees it. Obviously, it's Chad Gable. But I absolutely love Dom. I've been clamoring for him to win that IC title back when Brian lost it to Jay. I thought it should have been Dom then. He's great, and I think he's going to do great things with it.
Awesome, I like that. No, calling that back to like as far as a Grande Americana with Worlds Collide, that would make a lot of sense. All these dudes jump him, rip that off of his face, and like, yo, we know who you are, bro. Shut up, like, shut up here, medium coffee. Get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, kicking out too, man. What are your thoughts as far as the match for Dom and him walking out still IC champion?
20 years in the making.
Yes.
It was 20 years ago this year that we saw him in a ladder match for his own custody.
Yes.
And this man is one of the brightest spots on the show. And don't tell Sped I said that, but
don't do that.
This to me, honestly, I think was his best match that he's had so far. And it attributes a lot to Penta being in the ring with him. I do agree with Jesse as far as Penta taking a lot of losses. I think though, if you look at all the losses he's had, it's all been shenanigans. All that's building up for him to get back with his brother. Like I think that's kind of where we're going with that. Of he's going to be finally tired of it and then go get his brother, and then they're going to run the tag division for a while. But such a great match. I would say probably number 2 for me for the night.
No, it was an awesome match, man. It was awesome to see.
Hey, John, before we move on, I do want to say one more thing about Dom. I know that Liv is due back next week, but I'd argue to say that Dom doesn't even need Liv anymore. I think Liv needs Dom more at this point than the other way around. I think Dom has superseded the need for the entire Judgment Day. I know they're going to keep the storyline going to see where that payoff with Finn goes, but this is to the point now where Dom might be the biggest superstar in that entire group.
So,
no, I agree with that wholeheartedly. There needs to be a payoff at some point where, like, we need to break it up, right? Mm-hmm. So Finn breaks off, and what's left? You got Dom, you have Liv, Raquel, right? I guess Carlito kind of hangs around for comedic relief. I mean, maybe we're looking at SummerSlam to kind of like break Dom off. Dom needs to go single. Dom needs to go by himself, solo. He doesn't need anybody else. I think at this point we've realized like you can live off the Mysterio name and Dom just being Dom. He doesn't. Him turning on Liv, I think we get a huge ass pop from whatever crowd they do it in front of. Hopefully it's a PLE. But him being like, you know what, get out of here. Mush face. Don't need you. Yeah. Dom's living life, and Dom's still doing 110%. So where Liv is like, God. And she has to go back with Raquel and whatever they're doing. So, but I think Dom needs to break off, do a singles thing on his like journey of what he's doing. Like that's what needs to happen. Just my opinion.
I got one thing.
Go ahead, CJ.
So with Dom, obviously, I don't know how he does it. Obviously, it's kayfabe. But I mean, his wife is hot too. But like he went from Rhea, which is Rhea. I mean, come on now. To Liv. So here's what I would do if I was booking. I would have him stay with Liv a little bit longer until Mariah May gets there. And I would pair Dom with Mariah May.
No.
Yep.
Oh. Okay. I see it.
I mean, go from
Mariah May doesn't need a man. Like that woman is.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, like, because Dom has all that riz, on TV. Like, let's go for an upgrade from Liv. So, I mean, Tiffany Stratton, but they're not going to do that because of Ludwig. So, yeah.
So let me take what you're saying. I appreciate that. So I like that. So Mariah May, if she does sign with WWE, Dom gives her the Riz. Let me kick this up over to Jesse B, our AEW aficionado. Jesse, what are your thoughts if Mariah May does come to WWE and pairing her with Dom? What are your thoughts on that?
I don't think there's any need to put her with Dom. She's a star enough on her own. She doesn't need it. She doesn't need to be in a storyline involved with a man.
I like that last line. That was real smooth.
She don't fuck around. That's why I put it up to Jesse. I was like, she don't fuck around.
That's real smooth.
Let me ask you this. So if we're going this route, because obviously we're getting some AEW crossing streams here. So Jesse, if the rumors are true, and Mariah May is her contract's up, she's coming to WWE. Whatever.
I think it's imminent.
But if she does, though, if you're watching WWE. If she debuts, who would you want to see her debut? Feud with on her debut. Who would her first feud be with in WWE?
But that's interesting also to see if they put her in NXT or if they bring her up to the main roster right away.
Main roster.
They should, but there's enough of the common.
Who does she? But NXT, she's too big for NXT.
We all know that, but we follow the product every single week. The casual fan might not know who Mariah May is.
What is that? Was that Grace? Stephanie? Like, what do you? There's nobody down there that she can match with her. You need to put her up in the main roster.
It's not about that. They just cut a lot of women from this company. So if Mariah signs in WWE, she might have to go to NXT out of necessity. They put Ricky Saints there.
Yeah.
For the hardcore fan, we all know who Ricky is. We all know who.
Yeah, but Ricky and Jake have their thing. They're training on Instagram all the time. Like, you do their thing.
But what I'm saying is the casuals that just watch WWE and nothing else might not know who Mariah May is. Everybody on this panel knows who she is. Jesse watches her every week. I mean, I watch her when I catch it, but Mariah May's a fantastic wrestler, but I think she's going to end up in NXT.
You bring up a good point. You bring up an amazing point because I don't I mean, I don't know who owns that name, but does she come in as Mariah May? Like that was
they're letting everybody keep their names. They let Indy keep her name after they cut her. Mm-hmm. I don't think she's coming in as something different.
Yeah, that's WWE though. You're looking at AEW. Tony's not going to let her keep Mariah May.
They've let. I mean,
but she was Mariah May in Stardom.
If she owns it, then I'm here for it. But
but like with Saraya, which was Paige, obviously in WWE, like she's already come out and said like she doesn't want to be Saraya when she comes to WWE. She wants to be Paige.
She's gonna be Paige. Yeah,
100%. I was just. It's just a fantasy booking because, like, obviously Tiffany, when she was talking trash with Liv, that one segment about, I'll take your man. I mean, for me, Tiffany's not an upgrade from Liv in my personal eyes. But I don't know. I was just kind of trying to get. I think Dom's good enough on his own, but like Liv carried the women's division for a solid year. So, like, I think a lot of people sleep on her just because of her fans or their cringe. For the most part, but like she carried the division when Rhea was hurt. The Judgment Day was basically all we had on Raw for a solid year. So the Liv hate, like I'm just not with it because I think she had an incredible year. And she's looks like she might be a big movie star, but I don't know what they do with her and Dom. I mean, I know Dom can make it without her, but they could be like an ultimate power couple as well.
I was not a huge fan of Liv probably 8 months ago. I admit that. Go back and look. I wasn't. But what she's done, how she's transformed, or what she's done as a champion, as a world champion, as a tag team champion, I think she's done leaps and bounds, done amazing stuff. Obviously, now she's a movie star doing great things. Mm-hmm. I think she's come so far as a character, as a talent, as a person, and understanding what she needs to do. I'm very, very impressed. So I agree with the Liv hate. But if you do, you kind of need to watch what's going on TV because she's definitely making some moves and doing some things. Stampy has a little bit to say as far as Mariah May. Mariah has history with Julia and Stardom, so that may be a possibility. That is a big thing too. Back to the NXT part of it. So, but that again, we're all speculating.
She's wrestling on Raw on Monday night.
Yeah, Julia's she's full time on Raw now. She's not.
Julia and Rox got the call up, baby. They're off on the main roster.
They're fighting Io and Rhea on Monday night.
I think that almost makes it more of a necessity to have her down there, though, because between the two big call ups they had and all the women they lost, you need to beef that roster back up a little bit.
And the minute Steph drops the title, she's up there.
You need to get, if that's the case, you need to get Stephanie out of there and get Jordan out of there. And then bring Mariah in as the new person. Like that's the big new name. Like
they need to do a step what they did with Paige when Paige debuted on Raw.
Yeah,
they made her vacate the NXT Women's Championship. If you want Stephanie Vaquero up there, I wouldn't even risk letting her, go out on her back. Just send her up and
Vaquero's gonna beat ass, dude. Like she's Jesus, man, holy fuck. Like I've watched her before she got now that she's in the machine. Holy, oh my God, wow! She took right to the WWE scheme of things. Jesus, wow. So I'm very excited for that. But no, we'll see what happens with Mariah May. Again, I'm just kind of fantasy booking over to the Evolution pay-per-view that's rumored to be happening in a few months. But we'll see what happens.
It's been really tight-lipped because they're pumping up 4 pay-per-views right now.
Yeah,
Worlds Collide, Money in the Bank.
So right now, there's a
TBD.
There's a TBD in Mohegan Sun because they're in Rhode Island in August. The Saturday before that, there's a TBD Mohegan Sun, and there's no name, no nothing, but it looks like it's wrestling related. So
yeah, but I mean, it's the first week of May. That thing will sell out quick, but
they don't play, bro. I'm glad. I bought my ticket for SummerSlam yesterday. Jesus.
They're talking about SummerSlam. They're talking about Money in the Bank. They're talking about Worlds Collide. They're talking about Night of Champions. They talked about 4 other PLEs on the broadcast tonight.
Night of Champions. They just announced it tonight. I guarantee it's in Saudi.
It's in Saudi. Yeah,
that's gone. That's gonna be sold out. Give it by like the end of tomorrow.
Yeah, all the Saudi princes are gonna be sitting in the first 5 rows of camera side.
Yo, for real. Seriously though. It's gonna be sold out.
I hate that so much. It's crazy.
You know what it is? Hey, listen,
they don't give a shit who.
The money is the money, man. Like
it's crazy, but they can afford it, and they sit on like couches and shit. Like it's crazy.
Are you serious? Damn it! Fuck. Are you serious? Josh Alexander won that battle. God, man.
Well, I just saw on X that John Cena gave an attitude adjustment to R-Truth in the press conference.
Yeah, that's setting up Saturday night's main event.
Aside from that, MLP new Canadian heavyweight champion Josh Alexander. Man, that's not who I picked. God.
I agree with Stampede. CM Punk being advertised for the Saudi show is hilarious.
No, that's dude. I'm not gonna lie.
I thought it didn't take blood money.
Jesse, stop. You can't say anything about CM Punk. Stop it.
No, she can.
You had Jesse.
Yes,
you cannot say
we all can.
You do what you want.
I love Punk. I think Punk's great.
I giggled, man. I saw that. And I was
this version of Punk is fantastic, but if he wrestles in Saudi, he can never talk about anything like that ever again.
Yeah, shut your mouth. Don't say another word in the rest of your life.
He's going to be getting paid a lot of money to wrestle over there. I'm sure he's going to have probably a solid 9-figure one-time appearance to go over there.
Gross. He literally
blood money.
They showed that picture where he looks over and winks, and I'm like, yeah, I bet. You looked over at AJ and you're like, hey, you know what's funny we're bringing home? Like, get out of here, man. That I saw that, I giggled. I was like, gee, yeah, really?
Before anybody says anything, you need to ask yourself one question: would you take $1 million to do it?
Yeah, no shit.
$1 million.
I'm just saying that's
try like 5.
$1 million,
easy money.
Saudis, one of those Saudi oil families are going to pay crazy money. We're probably going to get Roman over there. They're going to get the heavy hitters. That's probably where Gunther fights
Goldberg
and Yokozuna.
Must be nice, man. Must be nice to have all that money. Jesus.
Undertaker's probably going to make an appearance. You know, The Rock's probably going to be over there.
I don't want The Rock. Yeah. The Rock don't give a shit. He's like,
I'm not saying on TV, but I mean, he'll be present if need be.
They'll bankroll his next movie.
What, Fast and Furious 17?
Yo, what movie? The Scorsese movie? Probably the Scorsese movie, to be honest with you.
That looks like it's going to be good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it does. It does look good. It really does.
I'm not watching anything else he does right now. I'm still pissed off about Mania.
No, come on. That Scorsese movie looks amazing. Come on, man. Scorsese. Come on.
You got to put the prize in the bag with The Rock. Like,
look, y'all Northeastern folks are obsessed with Scorsese. I'm not. I don't.
Hey, come on, man.
Because once he started filming that movie, like, I'm telling you, like, he's done. Like, he's going to win an Oscar. I mean, everybody, like all the reporters are saying, oh, he has 2 matches. At most, he has 1, and that's with Roman. Like,
that's my thing. Everyone knows this. Dwayne is not a dumb man, right? Everything he does is with purpose. When I heard he was doing this Hawaiian thing as a Godfather, it was Scorsese. What's the one thing that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson could put, literally just throw his dick out and be like, yeah, an Oscar. You know this man is going to be nominated.
Yep. And
I guarantee you this man is going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne Johnson is going to be an Oscar-winning wrestler. Like, dude, there's levels to this shit. And no, seriously, this is calculated. And I've seen the trailers. I've seen what they talk about. This man's going to win an Oscar, man. And it's wild that Dwayne Johnson's going to be an Oscar-winning movie actor and still a wrestler, man.
100%.
Wild stuff, dude. Nuts. And that's what you get. That's the shit you're going to get from the final boss. But I digress. Let's keep talking about Backlash. One of the great matches that a lot of us were divided on, Gunther, Pat McAfee, in a grudge match. Obviously, Gunther took it to Michael Cole, and Pat McAfee was defending the honor of Cole. to get into this match. This match was so much more entertaining than I thought than a lot of more of us would thought as well. Damn. Shout out to Gunther for definitely making this more entertaining than you thought it would be. Michael Cole got involved. I think Danny Loves Wrestling talked about this. Jesse, I think you can talk to that. I think she talked about it. It was just Cole got involved. Great match. Damn. I picked Pat. At the end of the day, a lot of people were like, Gunther can't win back. He can't lose back to back. And he didn't. He wins this match. Pat tries. He goes, no, I got this. I got it. The whole, good old try. He still loses. Passes out to Gunther. Gunther gets the win here moving forward. Who knows what's going to happen moving forward. But I think it was a great, great match for what it was for an announcer and a wrestler. A lot of people were poo-pooing it. I think it definitely delivered in regards to entertainment value and how they booked the match. CG, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I mean, you said it best. Obviously, I picked Gunther. I thought going into it, it was just going to be some sort of squash match. I thought Scott Steiner was going to be out there. Honestly, I didn't see him anywhere. Michael Cole getting involved was hilarious, but Gunther, I know people call him boring, and I have myself, but my gosh, that guy can perform. He can tell a story in the ring. He absolutely killed it. He elevated Pat. Pat's already an athlete, but he's not a wrestler. So he made it believable. There was a couple of times that I thought, holy shit, Pat's about to win this match. Especially when Cole held his feet for the pin.
He still kicked out.
Yep. So Gunther deserves an Oscar for his performance tonight. I would give that match a 7, and I was going to give it a 2, honestly. The only disappointing part for me was no Goldberg, but it's coming. It's inevitable. I thought he was showing for sure, but I guess they're waiting a little bit longer. But yeah, I love the match. I love that Gunther showed Pat some respect at the end. I didn't really expect that, especially with Gunther coming off as this crazy heel. But hats off to Gunther and Pat, hell of a match. But yeah. By the way, did anybody go undefeated? I was 4-1, so I was just curious on the picks.
4-1.
4-1.
4-1.
What about Mona and Danny?
4-1.
Everybody went 4-1?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's awesome. But yeah.
No, literally all of you went 4-1. This is wild.
Yeah,
everyone,
both shows?
It was either the Gunther match or the Becky match.
I think I picked wrong on the Becky match.
Yeah, me too.
I picked that.
Yeah, great match though. I loved it. But I think that now that I told you on the prediction show, I don't think they do it at SummerSlam. I think that Goldberg's gonna get a way bigger payout at Saudi. And I think he's gonna lay down for Gunther, and that's gonna happen at whatever that PLE is called. But yeah,
Night of Champions in Saudi.
Yep.
No, I agree, man. Once Cobb came out, I feel like that was when he jumped the barricade. I was like, shit, that's the one. That's it. That's the one we get for the night. And I'm like, shit, there's no Goldberg. There's gonna be no Nikki Bella. There's nobody. I feel like if anything, if I had to guess and book it, Monday night, Gunther's gonna come out, talk his shit, say some weird shit about being whatever he's gonna do, some stuff with that's gonna relate to Goldberg.
You brought up a name just now. I'm in the minority here with this probably, but I don't think WWE wants Nikki Bella back.
She's coming back.
No, she's coming back. I don't want it, dude. I don't want it either.
They do.
I'm sick of. My wife loves the Bellas. It's sick.
I
hate
don't
it
because the wrestling is so far superseded.
Oh yeah.
No,
I agree.
Matt, I am 135,000% with you, but she's signed when they were here for the Hall of Fame. She's in it.
They could. It could have been a Legends deal for you, but like, why?
No,
they're gonna come back.
I don't think she's.
It's gross.
Ability.
I hate it.
Bree's coming back too. So
yeah, no. Nikki was like, and Nikki was there, and then Breeze was like, well. If she's gonna come back, I'm not gonna let her have all the fun. I'm like, Jesus Christ! No.
I think it'd be like maybe a tag.
I don't need Botch Bella in that ring. I'm sorry, no disrespect, man. But watch some matches. Brie hurt people. You think the Hurt Syndicate does it over on
the cringe screaming and the on.
Brie Bella hurts people. She should jump into AEW and be with Bobby and be with Shelton. He hurts people.
We are at a point in time now where women wrestlers across all the promotions are better than majority of the men at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
So 100%. Why are you going to take 15 steps back and have those two bozos get in the ring? Trish can still go. Lita can still go. They actually put time into the prep. When's the last time either Bella stepped in the ring outside of a Rumble appearance?
The sad thing is, I'll take Nikki. Nikki. She can go. No. Out of the two. You're picking a wrestler
far away from wrestling.
Brie hurts people. She put two wrestlers on the shelf before she walked out of there. Nikki can wrestle. Brie hurts people.
Wrestle what? Wrestle where, John? Come on.
Out of the two. I'm saying out of the two. I'm not saying in wrestling. I'm saying out of the two. Nikki can wrestle.
Nikki and Brie being on WWE TV.
She put two wrestlers on the shelf before she retired and went and did the thing with Bryan Danielson. That's
putting that two on television takes other women off television.
I'm just saying. I'm not here for it. I'm not.
Neither am I. She can stay away from, as far as
it's gonna happen. Evolution.
Yeah.
She lobbied for Total Divas again. What are we doing here?
Here's my thing. Evolution is gonna happen. If that's going to happen, unfortunately or fortunately, not shitting anybody, not trying to piss anybody off, the Bell is going to be part of that.
Yeah.
For the Evolution, her, Nikki, Trish, shout out to
might as well call Mae Young from the grave to do this shit.
Listen, man, no, we haven't with that. Come on, man. Like Evolution is a celebration of women. You of all people, Matt, you know this. Their first Evolution was fucked up. It was botched. They threw the hot women in there. It was hot matches.
Wasn't it Ronda and Nikki?
No. But I'm saying like those matches didn't make any sense.
Keep Ronda away too.
The fact that they're talking about Ronda, that's a thing I'm going to talk about on Wednesday.
Yeah,
hard pass. Hard pass.
Hard pass, bro.
She took too much.
Hard pass on both of them.
Yeah. I'm Jesse. I'm on your team.
If Nikki and Brie are not. Listen,
I'm trying to doing this to be relevant here, John.
They're not going. They're going to come because her
marriage fell apart to a national audience.
I know. I watched it. My wife made me watch. I saw what happened with her and Artem. I know.
And then he beat her, and then she's going through this whole dating stage again.
Don't get me started on that. Did he though? Did he? She.
I'm just saying.
That hasn't been proven.
I'm not trying to get into the whole thing. She talked. No. She pretty much looked at him and goes, "Oh, well, that's what happens. You don't win Dancing with the Stars." And he's like, "What the fuck did you just say?"
But the whole thing is though, she's looking to be relevant. You haven't been inside of a WWE or any ring in almost 10 years.
I know. I agree.
I mean,
I know. I'm not disagreeing.
Your neck's being held together by a spinal fusion. Like, come on.
I'm not.
Let it go.
I just like
that she wants to come back when Cena is on his retirement tour.
I said the same exact thing.
Come on, the man's married.
Wrestling aside, bringing them in, if they do the Bella Divas show, whatever they want to call it this time. That brought them money and eyes the last time they did it, and there's been an upswell of people calling for that type of show again.
That's how I came back to pro wrestling.
Yeah, so them being in there for that makes sense. In a world where we have a Trish pop up once in a while, I can see a Nikki popping up. I agree wholeheartedly with the Bella thing, with the Brie thing, because Brie tried. Brie was not good. Nikki at least worked her ass off and had a monicum of talent. Yep. And whether we like it or not, that upswell from going from divas to women's wrestling, she was right in the middle of that.
Mike, I get that, Mike, and I agree with you. But if you look at the construct of this roster right now, Nikki Bella doesn't belong within a mile of that ring. If you take NXT, Raw, and SmackDown's women, and then you take the women from Evolve and LFG, all these women that deserve something. If you're gonna have Evolution, you can call Lita, you can call Trish, you can call whoever, but they can still wrestle when called upon. Nikki, the ring rust is going to be immense. Yep. Trish has come back for 2 separate runs now, so I would trust her in the ring. I would trust Lita in the ring. They still got some callus in the last 5 years. Nikki has 1 match since she's been gone. So that's one.
I just like the booty shake, so I'm just being honest.
Man, your inner thoughts are like creeping out right now.
Okay, you need to keep that in your head. Don't talk that out loud. Listen, gents, listen. Let's let the lady here talk. Jesse, what are your thoughts? Nikki Bella, Brie Bella, WWE. What are your thoughts on them coming back for Evolution and just making a comeback in general for WWE?
I fucking hate the Bella Twins.
That's my girl, baby. Let's go.
I fucking despise the Bella Twins. They're the most disgusting fucking use their goddamn coochies to get fucking where they got today.
A family show.
It's a family show that I have ever seen in my entire fucking life. Fuck those two. Nobody wants to see those 2 whores back.
I don't even know if that's PG.
It's not even MA.
Not PG.
I don't give a fuck.
This is NC-17 right here.
Oh, Jesus.
Mature audiences only.
So, Jesse, tell me how you really feel. Holy shit. Okay, great. Cool.
See, I was trying to be nice.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Jesse's literally just ripped the Band-Aid off. She went all like, she scorched the earth. Fuck.
So Pat McAfee.
Aside from
back to Backlash.
These
what a
post
segue. Aside from anything else, Nikki and Brie are coming back. Evolution is definitely a pay-per-view that's being advertised in my hometown, my neck of the woods, I should say, down in Rhode Island. So we'll see what happens. God damn, Jesse.
You asked.
That's how I feel about
I did. I asked. No. You're totally right. I did. I asked. So I can't even get mad at it.
So who gave their opinion on Pat McAfee so far?
What? Was that Mike?
Who gave their opinion on Pat McAfee so far?
I did.
Okay. Trying to help you out, Johnny.
I'll go back to that too. Before we get to Cena and Orton, like McAfee to me has always been. That's like if someone, Matt. That's like if you and me, or like CJ, Matt, Jesus, even Jesse, like we work for a couple. Like, hey, we want you to go do this. We need you to go out there, and he showed up walking a backwards fitted, and like just showing up to fight. And not for nothing too. Gunther took some shots, but his chest was red too. He took the shots too from Pat. Mm-hmm. Pat's a fan, man. He's out here to have a good time. The man is a multi-millionaire. He's an ESPN show. Gunther knows that, and I feel like half the time Gunther's laughing. He's like, they're just having a good time. Gunther knew what this was. Gunther knew he's going over, and they just had a good time with it, man. Now I want to say it was an exhibition thing, but Pat got his licks, and Gunther's like, that's cute. Fuck you. Like, here we go. And Gunther got the win, 1, 2, 3, man. But Pat put on a hell of a show, and Gunther made him look good too. Made him look strong, not weak as shit. Like stood in the ring with a wrestler as a man who sits there week to week on color commentary and calls as a fan. So the match to me, at the end of the day, obviously, okay, we're putting Gunther in something to take him away from the world title picture. But at the end of the day, the match is entertaining. Good for Gunther. But at the end of the day, Pat McAfee looks like a decent wrestler to me. I don't know. Your guys
had a hell of a match with Adam Cole years ago. The dude
punt,
can go.
where he punted him.
Yeah, the dude can wrestle.
Mhm.
And I think that he probably has the respect of everybody in that locker room after that. Because Gunther
He took some hits, bro.
Gunther punished him. Those chops are real.
Yep.
Like, I don't get, it's predetermined, but it's not fake. That shit's
No,
real.
dude. I tell everyone, take a chop from Gunther, and then look at me and go, "Oh, it's fake." Go ahead, take a chop. Take a chop. Go ahead.
I think that this is leading somewhere else. I think McAfee is. I don't think this angle is done with the commentators. If it's not at Saturday night main event, it might be at Money in the Bank. But I think that this gets Barrett off the table back into the ring.
Ooh, I would love.
And we get a Barrett going.
Boom.
Yeah,
I'm here for it.
I think
Possibly,
I think Barrett's been probably knocking the ring rust off in his spare time.
We're gonna talk about some other ring rust too when we talk about the main event too. And I think all of us are talking about it and thinking about it, but I agree with that. I think Wade has talked about it. He's like, look, I got a couple matches in me, man. Let's go. I agree wholeheartedly with Matt. That I don't think this is done with as far as the announcer thing. As far as it was the way that Michael Cole worded it. Like, listen, this is what we do. If we can't talk about how we feel, what are we doing? And Jesse, I talked about you. I'm not saying it's copy my homework. Don't make it obvious. But obviously, in AEW, they're attacking Taz for what he's talking about. FTR's in his face, and that's cool though. But I'm here for it. Whatever company you're in. When you're coming at the commentators, especially someone like Taz, if he's able to still go, maybe have him in a match. But I like when the wrestlers kind of take it to the commentators and they're like, "What'd you say? What'd you think I said? I got something to say to you." But yeah, thoughts from anybody else as far as after this match? Do you think this is over? As far as Pat McAfee obviously lost, but do we think this angle is over with Gunther and the commentators? What do you guys think?
I mean, I like Matt's idea. I don't see Gunther and Michael Cole by no means.
Cole can't go anymore. He's too old. He can't go, man.
I mean, it's possible. But I think the ultimate angle is Gunther and Goldberg. I mean, that's the big payoff.
That's tomorrow. It's Monday night, baby. Monday night. I'm telling you. Book it.
I think the match did what it was supposed to do. I mean, Gunther comes out of this looking like a beast again. Him laughing off the punt a couple of times.
Yep.
Just
that was good.
Oh, that's cute.
And Gunther was
cute. Good job.
He was like, "What? What is that?"
And he just, and then to make McAfee look good, he got caught off guard. There was a bit of a hot run there for McAfee, but then it got shut down. I personally love the kick out, even though he was holding the feet. That just shows even more of what are you doing? You're not strong enough to hold me down. What are you doing?
That was probably one of the biggest ones where you look at Cole is like, wait, that's going to do something? What the hell are you doing? Get out of here. That was one of the biggest ones. I like that.
And Gunther's character is always kind of cool because like CJ said, he gave him that little bit of respect at the end. Of course, people were probably going to take that too far. Go, he's going to be a face now. Well, no, he's just saying all right, you got in here and took a whooping. All right,
right. Like I'm giving you your props.
He's like he gave him the kind of the kiss. Here you go.
Yeah.
All right, cool, man. But yeah, I'm excited. I think Goldberg is a thing. Obviously, it didn't happen tonight. We all talked about it. I know me and CG did, also Matt as well. We talked about a little bit with the ladies with Jesse B. So I think it might be a thing. Netflix definitely has I didn't even think about this. Netflix obviously has a little bit of an influence, and I think maybe Monday night we hear the. And you see that might be the night he comes out because I think Gunther comes out Monday night, gets on his pedestal, gets on his soapbox, goes crazy, probably says the one wrong thing he shouldn't say, and here comes Goldberg. Bill comes out, challenges him, and here we go. We're going to Saudi. We're going to United Champions, and we'll let it all continue how it goes down. But yeah, Goldberg is definitely inevitable. I was really pissed that Scott Steiner didn't even show up. He was definitely he even tweeted out he was helping Pat, but he didn't show up. It kind of sucked for me, but it is what it is. So yeah, That's how we kind of left it. So all we got left, guys, is the main event. Obviously, WWE was trying to get this all done before 10 o'clock because obviously UFC had a major card at 10 o'clock to be bought. So we did not want to have Backlash go overrun that. So we got that even early. We got that at quarter of 10 o'clock to get done to make sure you can definitely go and buy a UFC main event title match. John Cena, Randy Orton, the Undisputed Championship over on SmackDown. This match delivered for me. If it didn't for all of you, I get it. This match delivered for me on all cylinders. A lot of AAs, a lot of RKOs, refs getting knocked out, all this other shit going down. R-Truth coming out. I talked about with the ladies. I don't know with the men, but I talked about Jesse B, Danny, Mona as well. Like R-Truth, like kind of coming out here. This is the start of a heel turn, but everything clicked for me. Everything checked all the boxes. I was here for it. It was great. Obviously, I think we all knew all of us here knew who was going to win this match and walk away with a title belt. But the fact they made this entertaining in Randy's hometown and just it gave me a lot of nostalgia. It really did. These two have gone back and forth for so long, 20 plus years, so many matches. Let me talk about something too. If you guys haven't watched it, no one here watched the Randy Orton pre-show interview with Wade Barrett, go watch that interview. Obviously, kayfabe, a lot of stuff talked about. Go watch the interview. Holy shit! Like Randy, like just put it out there, man. A lot of stuff about Cena, and I said it yesterday on SmackDown Shakedown. Obviously, Cody didn't want to turn heel. John took the bill. He was like, I'll do this. John's getting some shit off his chest. Say what you want. Obviously, it's an act, right? We know what's going on. But John is saying some shit, especially in that promo last night at SmackDown, the Randy Orton. There was a couple of things he hit on. You're like, shit, he's right. It's not even like funny. Like, he's actually right. Like, that's kind of what happened. So, all that being aside, great match. John Cena retains, gets the 1, 2, 3. And yeah, I think I thought we all thought was going to happen from that. So when we go around the room, I'll start with whoever. But obviously John wins here. What do you think is next? I guess opponent-wise for John Cena.
I'll go first.
All right, CJ, I'll start with you.
All right. So obviously, I shit on Cena the last time. I have to eat crow. I will absolutely eat crow when I'm wrong. I was going into this thinking that we were going to see a duplicate of Cena and Cody, which was god awful of a match on both sides. There was no chemistry. I did bring that up. I didn't think they had the chemistry, but I also said, like, I really felt like because John and Randy have had that chemistry for so long that I was praying and hoping that they would deliver. And oh my God, I mean, it was a little bit overbooked. It kind of reminded me a little bit of the WrestleMania 40 I was at, where all the old timers come out to help Cody beat Roman. It took the whole Hall of Fame to take the belt off of Roman. Mm-hmm. But it absolutely delivered. A lot of RKOs. Nick Aldis got RKO'd. So many near falls. Cena had a big gash on the right side of his back. There's two things that really stood out to me, or three. Obviously, no Travis Scott. Oh, praise Jesus. No Fiend. I was so happy about that. He was actually in Barcelona anyway, so I knew he wasn't going to show up. But that was a plus for me. And then obviously he won basically the same way he beat Cody. Low blow, hit him with the title. R-Truth got involved, but I'm going to disagree on R-Truth as far as the heel turn. Because I just watched a video from the presser. R-Truth did try to help him. He got RKO'd, but he got the AA at the presser on the table. John told him basically get out of his face. It's 1,000,000% setting up for Saturday night's main event. We're gonna see John. Yep. We're gonna see John Cena and R-Truth for the World Heavyweight Championship. Because Truth is not going heel. But the thing that really struck me, and I really paid close attention to this, is after like the credits and all that, like Cena standing at like the entrance of the ring, like he was starting to like, you can tell like it's starting to weigh on him a little bit. The tears, like he was starting to, like his eyes were starting to well up a little bit. Like I'm telling you, like, I mean, I was disappointed like with no Cody, but he's advertised for SmackDown Friday. I really think John is really starting to like, it's starting to affect him, like, because they were saying thank you Cena, like it's starting to really wear on him. I think it's going to be a gradual thing, but I saw like tears. I don't know if they were real, but it looked real to me. Wow. But yeah, I mean, we're headed back for a John Cena face turn. But I think Cody Rhodes is going to go heel, and I think Cody's going to take the title off of him. So.
No, before I go to anyone else, I literally go from my wife. I was like, that man. I've said it for probably 3 weeks now. Jesse knows this. Matt knows this. I've said like this heel turn was. Cody said no. John said, okay, let's do it. Well, I'll do it. I get it. I'm here for the story. This weighs on John. This is not the way John wanted to do this title run. And tonight was the night where no, CJ, you are 2,000%. He looked down and he was like, fuck. You saw the tears. He's like, what am I doing? Like, what is this? Like, this is not how I celebrate this belt. These people love me. And what am I doing? This is bullshit. Yeah. And he walked out, and you saw that he did almost the Undertaker thing. He got to the ramp, and he was like, "Fuck, all right."
I mean, you could even tell, like when he's walking, like when he's leaving the ring, like he looked at a fan, like he almost started crying again there.
Yep.
And then, like when he got to the very, like to walk into
now whether it's kayfabe and this is the crack that we're supposed to see, and maybe next week someone comes in. I don't want to say who knows, and they're like, "What are you doing? Toughen up, man! What the hell? Come on, man! What are you doing? This is for the cause." But the fact that he threw it over his shoulder and he was like, "All right, man." No, man, I saw that too, and I'm like, John, this is wearing on John Cena. I knew this character, real or fake. This shit or this fake, this bootleg bully guy, and like so mad is weighing on this guy, and that's his final run. This man has 7 months left, and this is how we're gonna go out. So it's wild, but
25 more appearances and he's done. So.
Yep, I agree. Jesse B, what are your thoughts on as far as the match and the ending as well?
No, it was a really, really good match between John Cena and Randy Orton. It put on a banger. It wasn't this slow-paced, really shitty match like it was with Cody, because that match with Cody was absolutely terrible. But this was a really good match. It was really good back and forth. I thought it was hilarious when Randy Orton took a drink of the Prime and said it was disgusting. That was fucking hilarious. I fucking loved that. Because Prime is fucking disgusting. I tried it one time and I was like, this stuff is fucking gross. Like, what the hell does he put in this? But it is nasty as hell. That stuff is so gross. But it was a really good match. But yeah, it's definitely wearing on Cena. Having to be this nasty person, talk all this shit, just be totally rough around the edges. It's definitely starting to wear on him.
Yeah, it was definitely. I'm like, this is not how he wanted to go out. Eventually, I think he'll turn face, but it's just like he's like, this is not what we wanted. Mike, you get out too, man. What are your thoughts?
So this is reminiscent to something I say all the time, which is wrestling is a buffet. There are going to be people that shit on this match. I personally really liked it. It was a little overbooked, a little too many ref downs and that stuff. But then that came fun when we got the RKO party. So, there's a reason why we did it. Also because these two guys can't go like they did in 2009. Like it's not the same two people that we have in the ring. But it was a good match overall. I think we teased a thing that, obviously we're going to get him and R-Truth against each other.
Yep.
I still like the idea, and I'm trying not to dream book myself into a situation like we do with all the other stuff of he gets in R-Truth's ear. Hey, you've been playing the fool for so many years.
Yep.
And where did it get you?
That's my thought. That's my thought.
Turning that gear of turning him back into a bad guy. But it's all setting up for that Hogan Rock moment. Cena's going to be standing there holding his ribs. Everybody's cheering for him. He's going to shake the hand of whoever he's in the ring with that he just got beat from. That's where we're all going to. And that little bit of doubt in his face today solidified that. Because it's already starting to of like, God, I'm being an asshole, and they're still cheering me. They're still behind me.
Yep.
It's gonna be Cody. It's gotta be Cody.
Hit him, man. Today hit him. That was wild. I think we all saw that as wrestling fans. Were like, ooh, yeah, you realize this shit, man. Damn. Okay. But yeah. Matt, your thoughts on the match, man, on the ending and what you thought at the aftermath with Cena.
Those two have such great chemistry.
Agreed.
It bleeds through the screen, man. Those two are consummate pros. They grew up in WWE together. Full disclosure, I missed a good portion of their careers in real time. And thanks to the WWE Network, once I got back into wrestling, I really got a chance to go back and watch and appreciate it all the way through. Those two have impeccable in-ring chemistry on the mic. Two of the best that ever do it overall. A lot of the run-ins, I think Randy RKOing everybody was a good pop for St. Louis. I do think we get R-Truth at Saturday night's main event, but I also believe that we get Randy Orton and Nick Aldis out of all that. I think that Aldis has taken one RKO too many. And whether it's at the Saturday night main event or if it's at Saudi, I think we get Nick Aldis' first wrestling match in WWE with Randy Orton.
Could be fun.
All right. Well, you took the words out of my mouth. That was my. I had two questions. That was one of them. Do we see Randy Orton, Nick Aldis at main event?
Absolutely.
Because obviously main event, nothing against it, but it is kind of not a glorified house show. But it's definitely a match that we make some matches where people want to see what they want to see when we go there. It's obviously it's worldwide. It's network television. So do we see Nick and Randy?
He's one of the greatest wrestlers that's never wrestled in WWE.
He did say though, and not to take it away from Randy, he did say he will. He was very honest about it. He said, "I will brush it off if it makes sense and builds a great story for me."
But they've been.
I know
doing
him and Randy have
while.
gone way back with the RKOs and the checks. But was a one-off at Saturday Night main event? Does that do?
Look,
Nick
here. I think it does, because if you want to look at the grand scheme of things, and I'm not going to go on a huge rant, I promise.
No, go.
Aldis carried the NWA in the years where it was just starting to become relevant again. He held the 10 pounds of gold. He was a consummate professional. He left that, being the world heavyweight champion of NWA, to be an on-screen authority figure for the WWE.
Yep.
Essentially hanging up the boots without getting a proper send-off. And every wrestler wants that. If you mean to tell me if Randy's still doing this legend gimmick, they have a lot to build off of, especially with WWE now acknowledging other promotions as often as they do. Yep. So you can build it with his NWA legacy, with his TNA, anything previously. You got that. Aldis, that would be a fairy tale ending for him. If you're going to have him go immediately back into the general manager role, give that man that match. If you want to, give it to him at Money in the Bank and give it to him at SummerSlam. Slow burn it. I don't care how you do it, but Randy needs something now that he's not in the WWE title picture anymore.
If he gets that match to Saturday main event, I don't know what the ending's going to be or what the outcome is going to be. I don't think Nick's ending is at a Saturday main event. I feel like he gets some kind of WrestleMania moment. So like whatever the outcome is.
Why? I mean, you're not gonna put,
no, at least a PLE, man.
John, you're talking about something 11 months from now. You're not going to stretch this 11 months. You get it while the getting's good, and you get one of these 3 PLEs you got coming up, and you throw Aldis in the ring. You let him go out on his back, the way the old heads do it, huh?
SummerSlam.
I would do SummerSlam if you want to really give Aldis some time to get back into ring shape, but the dude looks like he can still go.
He's jacked, bro. He's so ready to go.
But you want to give Aldis at least one match in WWE. I mean, he's been nothing. He's been a consistently good on-screen figure for the better part of the last 2 years. Give the man his match. Randy's still doing the legend killer thing, even though he is a legend now himself.
Right.
Let it happen. Just let it happen because now what is Randy going to do? He lost. He doesn't get another crack at Cena.
No, that's it.
And this way you can have him fight Aldis, beat the shit out of him if you wanted to, and then just draft him to Raw to get him away from Aldis.
Those are great points.
You know, you have the draft to get them away from each other.
I like that. Those are some great points. Matt is not wrong in the least. CJ, what are your thoughts?
Tell my wife that.
Dude.
What on Cena?
I got your back, brother. I got your back.
I'm sure you do.
You talking about on Cena or what?
No, as far as in regards to the Randy Orton, Nick Aldis finish, as far as like Randy dropping him in the RKO, what the future holds for as far as like Nick Aldis.
I mean,
WWE.
I mean, it's not the first time. Like, obviously, he done it like what, the second, maybe third time. He's already taken an RKO.
Third time, maybe.
Yeah,
third time.
I mean, he's jacked. I say like, you know, Randy's not winning the title. I don't think he's going to win it before Cody. I think he might end up taking it from Cody, honestly. But he's not going to be in the world title picture. I don't think he faces Don again. So like Matt said, I think they have to strike when the iron's hot. Saturday night's main event is a good place because I mean he did face Joe Hendry at WrestleMania. You know, that was great for Joe and Randy. But yeah, I mean, I thought Nick might be the mystery opponent there. Like that was one of the rumors that he could be. I would do it at Saturday night's main event. Like I don't think that should be a SummerSlam match like at all. I think they do it. I think Saturday night's main event, but you know, Paul likes the 5-match card. It's nostalgic. Like, not going to see any title changes. We haven't seen one yet at Saturday night's main event, but yeah, I mean, why not do it there? You know, I like it.
Awesome, Jesse, your thoughts?
I'm not super familiar with Nick Aldis, but I'm always here to see Randy Orton in a match. He's
the fucking man.
Ever. Randy Orton's one of the greatest to ever do it. So yeah, I'm always here to see Randy Orton in a match.
Yeah, I appreciate him the longer he's been a wrestler. The older I get watching him, the more I appreciate him.
Yep. Okay, great. Throw it over to Mike. He get out at 2.
What do we do with Randy? Is that what we're?
We can talk about the Randy Cena match, obviously, and then as far as the Randy giving the Aldis the RKO and kind of where we go from there.
I think we've all been like chomping at the bit for Aldis to be back in the ring.
Yep.
Dude is still jacked. His wife is with the company.
God bless Mickey.
So I mean, there's a whole bunch of reasons why we could get him on TV back in the ring. It could even be Mickey getting in his ear and going like, "Look, like fines aren't going to do it. He paid you ahead of time for the fine the last time.
Do the thing.
Yeah, go ahead and get in there. Give it to him. See what happens." I think that'd be a good spot for him. And I agree with Matt. I mean, easy way to get him away is in the draft. And so then we eliminate the when is he going to get back at Cena? Well, then he's not. You're just not going to.
Nope.
Because they're still unfinished business with Randy from the original version of Bloodline, and Jay's the champion over there.
I don't know, man. I think Cobb turns the page. I think what's going on with Solo, Fatu, and now Cobb, I think that turns a whole page.
No, I'm talking about when Randy was dealing with the original version of Bloodline, Jay being the champion on Raw. Randy has purpose over there.
I think Randy has business with Roman and then Jay.
Yeah, you got some stuff carved out for him over there.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the Randy Roman things that happen one more time. Now that obviously John is done, and John's that ship has sailed. He's done with his whatever he's doing with him. I think him and Roman one more time, and I think he gets a nod at a shot over at Jay. I agree with that because there's so many people that were so like disheveled and just left out to dry from the bloodline. So that leaves so many opportunities. But yeah, this PLE was great, man. I appreciate it. It was great. We brought some good people in. Obviously, there's not a lot title changes, but the stories made sense. We got what we needed, and I think Raw and SmackDown this upcoming week are going to be great moving forward as far as storytelling and things like that. So, but yeah, I appreciate all you guys jumping in. I know it's a little late. I know we got done wicked early as far as like PLE wise. Jesus, we're all in some different time zones, so I appreciate it. So we go around the room real quick before we get out of here. I'll start with Mike kicking out too. Mike, where can we find you guys on the social?
Kicking out at 2 on pretty much everything.
Wow, that's the quickest promo ever. Okay, great. I thought there was like one where it was like a different like an underscore. I thought okay.
So there is PC, but that's for things that we don't really even go to on now. So
okay. Well, I apologize. I thought that's what I was waiting for. I was like, okay, great, cool, awesome. The EVP CJP, what's going on, man? Where can we find you?
Yeah, thanks to John, Jesse, Michael. First time I met you. I mean, we talked, but Matt, as always, love talking wrestling with you. You can find me on X. Obviously, I have a long ass name at Charlie718-03496. I don't know where I came up with that. But you can also find me on Instagram, TikTok. Also, Main Event Mondays is kind of my show. I've been doing Monday will be 11 months, 6 p.m. every Monday. Main Event Fridays, right around 8 months or so, something like that. I'm a co-host there. On Thursdays, I do the EVP Zero show on YouTube, and I just made a YouTube channel about 3 weeks ago. I have about 80 subs right now, which is good. I haven't put a video out, but it's called the EVP Show, and that will be launching probably in the next month or so. So if you guys could be generous and throw me a sub, that'd be great, because I will be starting here in about a month or so. Thank you guys again.
Awesome, man. Thanks so much for joining us. I appreciate that, man. You helped us out in the week, so nice to have you in here. Matt, what's going on, man? Where can we find you?
You can find me on X at mtrigwbp. You can find me on there with Daniel Wilcox, retired Ravens tight end. We have a show, We Bleed Purple Podcast. You can look us up on YouTube at We Bleed Purple Pod in the search bar. For all of my Baltimore Orioles content, if you want to see me be miserable talking about the Orioles right now, we're over on the Foul Ball Talk YouTube channel and Pigtown Sports YouTube channel. So, yeah, if you want to see me bitch about firing Brandon Hyde for 2 hours once a week, just pop over there.
You wait till I get this full count shit started, man. You want to talk about the Red Sox? Don't talk to me, man, about this shit.
Look,
I feel you. I feel you, bro. You see what I'm dealing with here in the Northeast, man? Shit.
Being a Baltimore sports fan is like having Stockholm syndrome. You eventually sympathize with your abuser.
There's so much shit going on here in the Red. I have the owner flying out.
A New York Giants fan.
I have the owner of our team flying out to Kansas City to talk to a DH who they know to be a first baseman. Don't talk to me about it. Bullshit, man. Like, listen, they can't figure
your
shit
first
out
overall pick from 6 years ago isn't hitting 193 right now. So,
I mean, that's a bullshit.
Yeah, Adley, fat boy Rutschman bastard.
Jesus,
I mean, don't even get me started. Fucking
last but certainly at least, the biggest pain in my ass on a weekly basis. Jesse B, where
she
can we
carries
find
your
you?
show, dog?
On a weekly,
She carries your show, John.
Where can we find you, Jesse?
At Jess Skywalker 10 on X. I have a TikTok, but I don't remember the handle. So if you can find me on there, then good luck to you.
I was gonna pull it up too and give it to you because I figured that would happen.
Somebody needs to. She can't even remember. That's why she has 70 followers. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, just somebody help her out.
I don't know. It's something. I suppose I could look it up.
You could. It's only your TikTok. Jesus Christ, Jesse. Jesus.
What is it?
Mike's gonna fight it before you. It's okay.
I just love the fact that she's
Jesse B 1705.
There it is. Jesse B 1075.
1705.
Oh, 1705. There you go, guys.
There you go.
Pork Market. Follow this young lady.
Do you cut promos like John does on his?
She has barely 100 people following her.
I'm barely on there.
Jesse, you need to start cutting promos like John does on his TikTok.
24,000 strong. Awesome. Well, this was great, man. Backlash was amazing. Obviously, Money in the Bank is 3 weeks away. Battleground, but Double or Nothing. There's so much shit coming down the road. Under Siege is literally next week. So this is amazing, guys. I appreciate all of you taking the time coming in here talking about Backlash. I know we'll all be doing some shows in the near future. So just thank you to all of you, man. I know it's a kind of, I guess it's early on a Saturday. We can all kind of, especially for all of you. I think the only person that's on my time is like Matt. So the rest of you kind of have the rest of your night to yourself. So God bless you. But yeah,
you're on EST, right?
EST, baby.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, God bless you. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Wait, I guess I'm the only guy who didn't shill. Fuck. Okay. So I'm John Anthony. This is Chairshot Sports. If you don't know who I am, on Mondays, Raw Rundown, Fridays, SmackDown Shakedown. On Wednesdays, you can find me as a co-host with Jesse B, said young lady right here on the lowdown. Everything you want to know about AEW, we're afraid to ask. And obviously, predictions, interviews, the whole nine. Like, comment, subscribe, do the thing. If there's anything else I can ask for the 300 people that are in here right now, if you've watched the show, you've watched us all talk about Backlash, do me one big favor. Hit the thumbs up button. It helps me in the algorithm. Helps myself, Jesse, all the folks you see here that are on our channel. Also, Big Mike and Spedrock, and also Vinny from Suds and Squared Circle Media. So just if there's anything you don't want to subscribe, hit the thumbs up. It helps us immensely, more than you'll ever know. So I appreciate all of that. So with that being said, man, for Matt, for CJ, for Mike, for Jesse B, I'm John Anthony. This has been a Backlash review, and we will see you all for Raw and all the other stuff coming up in the next coming weeks. So thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate you guys.